Jyotiraditya Scindia, thank you very much for being with us on this very important occasion where we actually discuss the vision for India's economic growth. Mr. Scindia, I just want to say that the growth numbers extremely encouraging, especially in the new geopolitical situation where most countries are facing challenges. India has managed to maneuver its growth trajectory well. Yet there are some naysayers within our own country who feel everything is slowing down, manufacturing is declining, and the economy is virtually dead. How do you respond, and what is the correct interpretation of the India growth story?
So the first thing is, I believe that in life you must always be an optimist. I do not believe in the year 2025, especially in India, as she moves from her Amrit Kal to her Shatabdi Kal, as she moves from being the 11th largest economy in the world to the 4th largest economy in the world, and very soon the 3rd largest economy in the world. There is any mood or any space for pessimism. This is our moment. And as Prime Minister says, yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai, yahi Bharat ka samay hai. And it is for us all, not the Prime Minister alone, not the government alone, for us all as Indians to be able to rise and grasp that moment. And India across her length and breadth, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Bharuch to Tawang, is grasping that moment. India today is aspirational. All of us are. There's nothing that we cannot do. And that is the element that is powering India. From her villages, to her hills, to her deserts, to the financial capitals. And that's what's resulting in this 8.2% GDP growth rate. Over the last 10 years, you've had a CAGR, compounded annual growth rate, of over 6.5%. The world is growing at 2.1, 2.2% CAGR. We are growing at 3x of the world. We're a $4 trillion economy today. And mind you, if I may take that segue, Navika, whereas the world is growing at 2.1%, India is growing at 6.5% CAGR, 10-year decadal CAGR. My Northeast, our 8 states, are growing at a CAGR of not 2.1%, not 6.5%, 11 to 13% decadal growth rate CAGR. So for those who within our country, and for those who from within our country go internationally and on foreign soil talk our Ma Bharati down, there is no space for those people in the soul, heart or minds of 140 crore Indians, and that signal has been sent out to those people not once, not twice, but thrice. But some people refuse to learn, and so the country moves on.
Well, but in 12 years or thereabouts of your government, it is but natural to find a little bit of fault, or is finding fault like Mr. Rahul Gandhi does anti-national?
No. So there is certainly, all of us are fallible. You cannot say no one makes mistakes. But as long as Jana Vishwas, as long as जनता का विश्वास, जनता का मन, और भारत अग्रसर हो रहा है उस पथ पे, you have to be proud of the India that India has become. And mind you, Navika, we have still 22 years to go. And it is my belief as an Indian. That was not my belief, and I envy a lot of my younger friends who are today in college, university, starting out their new jobs, because it's a different India from when I was in college and university and starting out with my job. And I envy them, because this is an India full of potential. This is an India full of opportunity. This is an India which is a crucible for new ideas, for new innovations. And it is this environment which is going to power her onto the world stage in the years to come. And of course, there are ways that we can do better. But the tirade and the tone and the tenor and the content, whose only aim is to do two things: bring the image of our country down and seek only one thing, which is a chair. That's not going to happen, because the Indian mind space has no place for that negativity and that pessimism anymore.
आप 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों को तो कन्विंस कर लेते हैं, आप दुनिया में बहुत से देशों को कन्विंस कर लेते हैं. द टेस्टमेंट इज के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी को 28 वर्ल्ड हाईएस्ट सिविलियन ऑनर्स मिले हैं. एक राहुल गांधी को क्यों नहीं कन्विंस कर पा रहे हैं?
ये काम हम आप पे छोड़ते हैं.
आपका काम हम क्यों करें? ये आपका काम है, क्योंकि इट इज द जॉब ऑफ द ट्रेजरी बेंचेस टू टेक द ऑपोजिशन अलोंग, बिकॉज द
जो सुनने के लिए तैयार न हो, उनको जो मानने के लिए तैयार न हो, जो 140 करोड़ जनता की मन और आशा और आशंकाओं और अभिलाषाओं को मानने के लिए तैयार न हो, उसे कैसे मनाऊं?
आप तो जानते होंगे.
इसलिए तो मैं आपको कह रहा हूं, आपका काम है.
सिंधिया जी, मैं आपसे एक और सवाल पूछना चाहती हूं. आपने कहा 22 साल बाकी हैं शताब्दी के अवसर के लिए. अब ये 22 साल आप ही की सरकार रहेगी, तो ये वोट चोरी का इल्जाम सही है क्या?
देखिए, इस देश में, इस जिंदगी में चट भी मेरी पट भी मेरी कभी चलती नहीं है. जिस पारदर्शिता के साथ भारत का इलेक्शन कमीशन अपना कार्य करता है, जिससे मान्यता आज भारत की 140 करोड़ जनता ने नहीं, लेकिन विश्व के कई देशों ने दिए. कई देशों ने भारत सरकार से कहा है कि आपका चुनाव आयोग को जरा हमारे देश में भेजिए कि किस आधार पे इतना बड़ा लोकतांत्रिक चुनाव प्रादेशिक स्तर पे या राष्ट्र स्तर पर आयोजित किया जाता है. उस संस्था को आपके द्वारा नकारना, उस संस्था पर वोट चोरी का इल्जाम लगाना, और एसआईआर, मुझे लगता है कि देश की जनता ही तंग आ गई है सुनते सुनते, कान गूंज गए हैं. एसआईआर की पहली बार इस देश में हो रहा है. हर 15 साल में एसआईआर किया जाता था. नेहरू जी के जमाने में हुआ था, इंदिरा जी के जमाने में हुआ था, वो सब ठीक है. मोदी जी के जमाने में गलत है. ये तर्क मुझे समझ में नहीं आता. दूसरी बात, एसआईआर होने के आधार पर अगर आप चुनाव जीते तो वाह भाई वाह, हम सही तरीके से चुनाव जीते. और उसी एसआईआर के आधार पर अगर आप चुनाव हार गए तो ये वोट चोरी. ये कहां चलेगी? तो आज जनता ने नकार दिया है, देश ने नकार दिया है, और इसलिए मैं निवेदन कर रहा हूं कि जो मानने के लिए तैयार नहीं है, उनको कैसे मनाओगे आप?
ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया, but let me ask you.
You know, it's a English adage. Train has left the station. India's train has left the station. Congress is still on the station. Country is moving forward. All 36 bogies are moving. 28 states and 8 UTs. Not only is the train moving, but the train is powering the world today. We're contributing close to about 25% of world GDP growth. You are still standing at the station. खड़े रहिए.
आप भी चलती हुई ट्रेन में हैं.
मैं थोड़ी, पूरा देश ट्रेन को पावर कर रहा है. पूरा देश, उसमें आप भी हैं.
नहीं, आपने ट्रेन को चुना.
हाँ, मैं ट्रेन कह रहा हूँ.
स्टेशन को छोड़ दिया और ट्रेन को
वही तो
चुन
मैं कह
लिया.
रहा हूँ कि आप भी ट्रेन पे हैं. 140 करोड़ जनता ट्रेन में है. ये भारत की ट्रेन है.
बिल्कुल. लेकिन
और वो विदेश में है और भारत को नीचे दिखा रहे हैं.
ज्योतिरादित्य
तो
सिंधिया
सही है कि नहीं, आप बोलिए मुझे.
पर
अब
चैलेंजेस तो
देश
हैं.
में हमें मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में पॉजिटिविटी है भैया.
बिल्कुल.
हम क्या नहीं कर सकते. अरे और बात
हम
छोड़ दो.
450
अरे एक मिनट नविका जी,
500 की AQI
नहीं,
की हवा भी
एक मिनट, हम
breathe
क्या
कर
नहीं कर
सकते हैं.
सकते.
हम बहुत कुछ कर
हमने तो
सकते हैं.
चांद पे भी भारत का तिरंगा लगा दिया है भैया. साउथ पोल पे, जहां कोई विश्व का कोई देश नहीं गया है. क्या नहीं हो सकता है. हमारे नौजवानों में क्षमता है, हमारे साइंटिस्ट में क्षमता है, हमारे अनुसंधान में क्षमता है. हर जगह हमारी क्षमता है. और भारत का नया नेतृत्व हर एक क्षेत्र में, साइंस में, रिसर्च में, इकोनॉमिक्स में, कॉर्पोरेट्स में, अब बड़े बड़े शहरों से नहीं आने वाला. टियर 2, टियर 3 सिटी से आने वाला है. एक चीज था जो भारत को जंजीरों में जकड़ा हुआ था, और वो था लैक ऑफ एक्सेस टू कैपिटल. आज कैपिटल कमोडिटी बन गई है. पूरी दुनिया इज लुकिंग फॉर न्यू गुड आइडियाज, सॉल्विंग प्रॉब्लम्स. एंड वेयर इज द रिपोजिटरी ऑफ दैट टैलेंट टू बी एबल टू सॉल्व प्रॉब्लम्स? इन इंडिया.
फिर आपसे दरखास्त है, AQI की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर दीजिए.
वो भी होगी. नहीं, मैं इसमें ये मजाक की बात नहीं है. ये जिंदगी के लिए सबसे खतरनाक बात है. पर जो विरासत में हमें मिली है उसको हम ठीक करेंगे, और करना ही होगा. इसमें कोई और चारा नहीं है. पर ये ऐसी नहीं है कि हम चुटकी लगा के सही कर लें. इसके पीछे कई कारण हैं. अब मैं साफ साफ कह दूं, मैं विशेषज्ञ नहीं हूं, पर जो मैं एक आम इंसान के रूप में समझ सकता हूं, वो पार्टिकुलेट मैटर, व्हेन द विंड, हवा नहीं चलती, दैट पार्टिकुलेट मैटर रिमेन्स स्टिल. इट स्टेज ऑन द सर्फेस एंड डजंट गो ओवर. उसी विषय को हमें ठीक करना है. देयर आर जेनेरिक इश्यूज की प्रदूषण इतना क्यों होता है, नॉन जेनेरिक इश्यूज. तो हम लोग जो एनवायरनमेंट में कहते हैं अडेप्टेशन एंड मिटिगेशन, both of those angles we'll have to look at, and we will have to solve that problem. That is not an if issue. It has to be done, and under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the central and the state government will work earnestly at doing it. We will confront every issue. We are not skirting away from any issue. It is a problem that needs to be solved for all of us.
Is there a time frame?
I can't answer that because I am not either the environment minister nor the Delhi government. But I certainly hope that there will be a time frame, and there has to be a scientific solution. Both all of us as citizens will have to take that responsibility in terms of how we conduct our lives, and both the governments will also have to put in place processes, scientific and otherwise, such that that can be controlled. There is a reason why it only happens during 2 or 3 months. I don't have the full depth of knowledge to be able to give you that answer, and I want to be honest about that. But we will have to solve that problem.
Mr. Scindia, you spoke about the Northeast. The Northeast is growing faster than it ever was. As the minister, and your reels dancing various steps of the Northeastern, folk dances has really gone viral. You seem to enjoy that. What is the Northeast story from your eyes?
So the vivacity, the vibrancy, the diversity of the Northeast is spellbinding. In the last 18 months of being Minister Navika, I have been to the Northeast about 22 times. This year, I have adopted a different approach. I'm spending 3 to 4 days per state per month. And so therefore you get a window of about 8 months in a year, because 4 महीने घोर वर्षा होती है उत्तर पूर्वी में. So those 8 months I'm spending 1 month every state with every chief minister. And our job is not only about sitting in office rooms with bureaucrats and ministers and doing that, but being on the field. So in Arunachal, for example, I was dhan ki kheti mein dekh raha tha, and how they do a very innovative double cropping. What is their double cropping? In धान के खेत में क्योंकि पानी इतना होता है, मछली पालन भी करते हैं. And so I saw all my Arunachal brothers and sisters doing that machli palan along with the dhan ki kheti. Wine, they grow, they make a lady entrepreneur who's got awarded at the United Nations, making wine from kiwis, so kiwi wine, right? Something that's never been heard of in the world. We need to propagate and move that forward. Meghalaya, and I would really, really request all of you, we have so much of a treasure in our country which we haven't explored. The Meghalayan age, the nomenclature of that comes from Meghalaya, because it is that age that has been known across the world 4,500 years ago. And so I've gone into the Meghalayan caves, 400 meters below the earth's surface where the sun don't shine. You have to go with minor lights. 3.5 kilometers into a cave with stalagmites, stalactites, शिवलिंग जब स्फटिक की बनती है, पूरे स्फटिक की दीवार है 400 मीटर नीचे पृथ्वी के. ऐसा लगता है कि आप कोई दूसरे प्लैनेट पे हो. I walked on living root bridges. एक पहाड़ पे एक पेड़ है, दूसरे पहाड़ पे दूसरा पेड़ है. दोनों पहाड़ के बीच में आवागमन का कोई रास्ता नहीं है. और प्रकृति माँ ने एक पहाड़ से दूसरे पहाड़ पेड़ के जड़ों को उगा के एक रास्ता बनाया है. और उस रास्ते पे हर एक इंसान चलता है. ऐसा लगता है कि आप प्रकृति माँ के गर्भ में बैठे हो. Gives you an idea of what we owe Mother Nature. She has given us everything. Are we as humans giving her the space that she requires? These are the questions that start coming in your mind. I was just now in Nagaland, the Hornbill Festival, stone pulling ceremony, a 40-ton stone being pulled by our Nagas throughout the village and raised in the memory of someone. The Kohima War Cemetery, where the most decisive war of World War II was fought on a tennis court between the Japanese army and our Nagas and our Indian army. And the sacrifice that they laid down there, otherwise India would have been overrun and the Allies would have been vanquished. There is history, there is culture, there is opportunity at every corner that you turn in the Northeast. And let me be very honest, I was ignorant until Prime Minister Modi gave me this opportunity to learn and to be able to contribute. And so we are coming up with new models. I'm looking at every single state and constructing a 3 to 5 day tourism circuit. What is that tourism circuit? Not that we're going to build roads and build hotels and all that. But with each chief minister, I'm sitting down and saying, okay, when Navika Kumar lands at this point, who is going to receive her? Which is the hotel that she's going to stay in? Where is she going to eat? Who's the guide that is going to take her around? Where is she going to be taken around? Because tourism is not only about brick and mortar. Tourism is also about Manav Sansadhan, the human resource, the human context, the human touch. And so each project has a capacity building around it that we are doing. I've just inaugurated the tourism circuit in Meghalaya, in Sora. I'm now going to do the next one in Tripura. Each one of them is close to about 500 to 600 crores. Okay? We're looking at each state and defining a USP, a unique selling proposition of that state. And how do we build the whole value chain? From farm to fork, for example. So, in the case of Arunachal, kiwi. So not only from farm to fork, but how do we make sure that that product is eventually made into different products, such as, for example, kiwi wine, Naga coffee. In the case of Manipur, polo. In the case of Tripura, queen pineapple, which today from Tripura is going where? Not to Bombay, Delhi and Calcutta. It's going to Germany.
Rahul Gandhi ke saath
Tripura queen pineapple, you'll never find that quality anywhere in the world. So there are tremendous opportunities. And this I'm talking about other projects that we're doing. We're doing stuff on agarwood. All of you use perfume and scent. The oud that goes in. I didn't know this, but 1 gram of oud is more expensive than silver and gold. And India is the second largest potential of oud between Tripura and Assam. We are looking at bringing in technology, making sure that we are able to grow that oud. Palm oil. I'm doing projects on bamboo with Amazon, with ATP. So there is a wide canvas that I'm working on, away from railway, civil aviation, roads, bridges. All of that is part of the parcel. But I'm working on different projects with every CM. And also engendering an environment where you don't think about your state alone. What happens? When you're a chief minister, you think about your state. But in the Northeast, we have to think about the region. It has to be a regional perspective. And therefore, we've set up 8 high-level task forces. Each task force is chaired by 1 CM, but there are 3 other CMs who are members, and I'm also merely a member. And each task force is mandated with one issue for the whole Northeast. So, for example, there's a tourism task force. There's an agriculture task force. There's a meat, fish, and poultry, because there's an issue of protein in the Northeast. That task force. There's an international trade with Southeast Asia. And so, therefore, there are 4 chief ministers, part of every task force. We mooted this idea with the Home Minister in the last NEC plenary in November last year. This NEC plenary, all the 8 chief ministers, one who's in charge of each of their task force, will be presenting the report not for their state. They'll be presenting their report for the Northeast. And we've had 4 meetings of every task force, where every CM has been there. So now there's a feeling of Northeast, not only my state. We had the Ashtalakshmi.
आपने मणिपुर की बात नहीं की.
1 second. We had the Ashtalakshmi Mahotsav in Delhi, in Bharat Mandapam. Cultural extravaganza of 8 states altogether. Never done before. With the Home Minister, we had a banking conclave in Tripura, where we took public sector, private sector banks, all of them to Tripura. How do we expand the banking network in the Northeast? This May, Prime Minister inaugurated the first ever Northeast Investment Summit. All of us have heard of a Madhya Pradesh or a Gujarat investment or a Tamil Nadu investment or a Karnataka investment summit or a Maharashtra. First time a Northeast investment summit. We did 9 road shows over 1 year. Every road show I took 2 chief ministers with me of different states. And in the Northeast Investment Summit, we raised 4.48 lakh crores worth of investment for the Northeast. 60,000 crores on average, 40 to 60,000 crores for every state. But that's not work done yet. Because now I have to translate that into actual investment on the ground. And so for the last 6 months, from May till now, I've been working on that conversion with every chief minister. And I'm glad to report through you, Navika, सभी दर्शकों को भी कि वो 4.5 लाख करोड़ का जो MOU LOI था उसमें से करीब 40,000 करोड़ का एक्चुअल इन्वेस्टमेंट पिछले 5 महीने में हो चुका है नॉर्थ ईस्ट में. So it's a very methodical, the Prime Minister's vision, execution, make sure that things happen, 100% saturation. That's what we are working on. And I'd love to engage with all of you, and please visit the Northeast. It is, I'm not kidding you, I am from Madhya Pradesh, originally from Maharashtra, but I'm not kidding you, it's the most beautiful part of India.
Well said. We're waiting for Manipur to be part of the same plans that you said.
It is. You
didn't mention it. So
I did. I said even Manipur, we have polo as the USP. And in fact, what I have engaged with the governor in Manipur also is we have a traditional Manipuri polo. So it's not only about bringing the old Indian original form of polo into Manipur, but we've got to take the old Manipuri form of polo to the world. So we need to make sure we breed the horses there, the Manipuri horses, train our children and our youngsters in that Manipuri style polo and exhibit it across not only India, but across the world. So, and there are a lot of projects that are happening in Manipur as we speak. Those are being monitored by me on a weekly basis. So we are on track. And I want to assure through you, all our viewers, that development of the Northeast is very close to the Prime Minister's heart. And it's not that we're going to make it happen. It's happening and it will happen.
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, Jyotiraditya Scindia, Minister for Telecom and the Northeast, thank you very much for joining us here at the India Economic Conclave, even as I welcome the Sports and Labour Minister, Mr. Mansukh Mandavia. Parliament is on. We appreciate your time given to us.
I appreciate you having me, and I always look forward to this event, and I look forward to being on the stage with you, as always. And thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, put it together for Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia.
For more of such videos, do like, share and subscribe to ET Now Swadesh.